Let me tell you something that most people are too afraid to say out loud. The reason you're broke is not because you're lazy, not because you're unlucky, and not because life is unfair. It's because you've been conditioned, programmed, and trained from day one to live a life that keeps you exactly where you are. From the moment you started earning, society, schools, even well-meaning adults drilled into you a formula that feels safe but leads nowhere. Go to school, get a job, work hard, save a little, spend carefully, and maybe, if luck decides to smile upon you, you'll get ahead. They told you to follow the rules, to stay safe, to avoid risks, to wait your turn, to work for someone else's dreams. They didn't tell you that the path you were being handed was designed to keep you trapped. They didn't tell you that trading time for money alone will never make you rich, because wealth is not measured in hours. It is measured in knowledge, in strategy, in timing, in skill, and in the courage to break free from habits that hold you back. Think about it. Every hour you spend grinding without understanding money, every impulse purchase you make, every habit you ignore, every fear that stops you from learning about investing, debt management, asset building, and financial literacy is like pouring sand into a bucket with holes. It disappears, it compounds into nothing, and slowly, imperceptibly, it keeps you exactly where you are, trapped in the cycle that most people accept as life. Meanwhile, the wealthy are playing a completely different game. They don't trade time for money. They leverage money to make more money. They invest in assets that grow exponentially while they sleep. They understand compounding, cash flow, risk, and the invisible rules that govern wealth. They focus on creating systems that work for them, on skills that multiply, on knowledge that sets them apart, on timing that others ignore. They are constantly learning, constantly adapting, and constantly acting. And here is the most important truth. The same rules they use are available to you. Not someday, not when you feel ready, not when you have the time. They are available to you right now, in this moment, if you are willing to take responsibility for your life. If you are willing to see what the majority ignores. If you are willing to act differently, to do differently, to think differently. You can start building wealth today. You can start creating freedom today. You can start rewriting your story today. Being broke is not permanent. It's not fate. It's not destiny. It's the result of small, repeated choices over time. Every day you ignore your financial education, every fear you let dominate you, every bad habit you repeat, every opportunity you postpone, these things stack up. They stack up silently, invisibly, until suddenly, years later, you look back and realize you are stuck. But here is the most powerful truth. Every one of those same days, every one of those same moments could have been used differently. Every small step you take toward learning, every smart decision, every disciplined habit, every dollar invested, every fear overcome, every skill mastered, these things compound, they multiply, they build momentum, and over time they accumulate into a life of freedom, of wealth, of opportunity, of security, of power, of choices, of the life you were always capable of living. You don't need a windfall. You don't need to win the lottery. You don't need someone else to save you. You need clarity. You need education. You need discipline. You need relentless, focused, deliberate action. Money is not a reward. Money is not a prize. Money is a tool. And when you see it as a tool, every dollar you earn becomes a weapon, a seed, a building block for your future. Every dollar can be directed, multiplied, and put to work. The choices you make today echo in the future. The habits you form today define the life you will live tomorrow. Every fear you overcome today strengthens you. Every skill you acquire today elevates you. Every disciplined habit you create today compounds into massive results over time. And the beautiful, liberating truth is this: you are capable of this. You are capable of breaking free. You are capable of learning the rules that others ignore. You are capable of creating wealth. You are capable of creating freedom. You are capable of creating a life most people only dream about. But it starts with awareness. Awareness sparks courage. Courage fuels action. Action compounds into results. Every day you delay, every opportunity you ignore, every fear you let control you, these are chains. These are invisible walls keeping you trapped. But every day you choose differently, every day you learn, every day you invest, every day you act, you take one step closer to freedom, one step closer to financial independence, one step closer to the life you deserve. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. The system isn't broken. It works perfectly for the people who understand it. The system only seems unfair because you've been playing by rules designed for average outcomes. And average outcomes are exactly what most people get: a life of work, stress, debt, and constant worry. The wealthy don't complain about the system. They understand it, they exploit it, they master it. And you can too. But you must start thinking, acting, and learning differently from today. Every decision you make or fail to make has a ripple effect. Every dollar wasted, every opportunity ignored, every skill left unlearned, every fear left unchallenged compounds into years of limitation. And every moment you take control, every choice you make deliberately, every small act of courage, every tiny step forward, it compounds into unstoppable momentum, turning ordinary life into extraordinary opportunity. Imagine 5 years from now, you could still be following the same routines that keep you broke, frustrated, and powerless. Or you could start today. One smart choice, one investment, one habit, one action, one decision. And if you do that consistently, if you do it every day, if you do it with intention, with focus, with discipline, it will compound into a life of freedom, abundance, and opportunity that most people can't even imagine. That power is already inside you. It has always been inside you. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the courage to take control right now. Every second you waste is a second your future self will regret. Every dollar you ignore, every lesson you postpone, every fear you let dominate you, these things add up. But every moment you decide to act differently, to take responsibility, to step out of your comfort zone, to learn, to grow, to act, that moment changes everything. That is when your journey from broke to unstoppable begins. Because here is the ultimate truth. Wealth is not luck. Wealth is not inherited. Wealth is not determined by circumstances. Wealth is determined by awareness, by knowledge, by skill, by discipline, by courage, by relentless action. You have the ability to rewrite your story. You have the ability to break the cycle. You have the tools, the time, and the opportunity to create a life where being broke is not an option. And if you commit, if you act, if you persist, and if you refuse to settle for mediocrity, you will step into a reality where financial freedom, wealth, and opportunity are not dreams, they are your life. Now listen carefully. Every expert, every millionaire, every legend you admire started exactly where you are. They faced fear, doubt, scarcity, and obstacles. What separated them was not luck. It was relentless, consistent, disciplined action. They chose to learn what others ignored, to act when others hesitated, to persist when others quit. That is your blueprint. That is your path. That is the step-by-step guide from being trapped in mediocrity to living a life of unstoppable freedom. Now imagine your future, a life where your time is your own, where your income is exponential, where your choices are limitless, where your family, your dreams, your ambitions are no longer constrained by money. That life is possible. That life is achievable. That life is waiting for the moment you decide to stop being a passive observer of your circumstances and start being the active creator of your destiny. Every moment counts. Every decision matters. Every action compounds. The wealth you want, the freedom you crave, the impact you want to make, it's all within reach, but only if you choose it, only if you act, only if you refuse to settle for the life most people call normal. You were not born to be average. You were not born to struggle. You were not born to live paycheck to paycheck. You were born to thrive. You were born to create. You were born to dominate your destiny. So here is the ultimate call to action. Start today. Learn today. Invest today. Take control today. Every small choice, every small step, every small action builds unstoppable momentum that compounds into wealth, freedom, security, and power. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for luck. Stop waiting for someone else to save you. Your life, your wealth, your freedom, your time, they all start with what you do right now.